So first we have to state the dimensions of the matrix. So remember, the dimensions are rows by columns. So rows go sideways, columns go up and down. So here we have 1, 2, 3 rows and 3 columns. So this would be a 3 by 3. So number 3, how many rows do we have?
4.
4 rows and how many columns? Awesome. So it is a 4 by 2. What about number 2? How many rows do we have? 1 row and how many columns? 2. Awesome. Okay, so let's go to number 5. So we have to simplify, write undefined if the expression is undefined. What makes something undefined? If they're different sizes. So here we're just adding and subtracting. So I'm going to add the first 2 together first and then subtract the third one. So here I have 0 plus -2, which is what? -2. Then -2 plus -3, which is -5. And 5 plus 1? 6. Now I'm subtracting the third one. So -2, -2, and 2. So here I have -2 minus 2. What's -2 minus 2? -4. Next, I have -5 minus -2. What happens when you have minus a negative? It becomes plus. So what's -5 plus 2? -3. And then lastly, I have 6 minus 2. What's 6 minus 2? 4. Awesome. So that's my answer. Any questions there? All right, number 7. What do I have to do first in number 7? Remember PEMDAS. What does the P stand for? Parentheses. So I have to do the parentheses first. So I'm going to subtract inside the parentheses first. So inside the parentheses, I have 6 minus -2. What happens when you have minus negative? What is it? It becomes a plus. So what's 6 plus 2? 8. And then next I have -2 minus -3. -2 minus -3, this becomes a plus, so it's -2 plus 3. -2 plus 3. 1. And then I still have to multiply it by the -2 outside. So what would my answer be? -2. So I just make sure that gets distributed to both things on the inside. All right. So 1 through 4, it says state the dimensions of the matrix.
3 by 3.
So remember, it's rows by column. So how many rows do we have here for number 2?
1.
1 row. And how many columns? 2. So 1 by 2. All right, number 4. How many rows do we have?
2 by 3.
2 rows. And how many columns? 3. So 2 by 3. So remember, it's rows that go sideways, columns go up and down. Okay. I don't know.
She said or no?
So number 6. So here we're just adding. Remember, your answer has to be in the same shape that the question was. A lot of people kind of just did whatever they wanted for the answer. Just make sure it's the same order. So first we have to add. What's 3 plus 4? 7. What about -4 plus 1? -3. 2 plus 3? 5. 6 plus 0? 6. 0 plus 2? 2. And -5 plus -4?
-9.
-9. Awesome. So that's our answer. Yes.
But I feel like you gave me them wrong because I put them in boxes.
Okay, so if you write it all out, just make sure it's in the same order. So I'm adding 3 plus 4. So 3 plus 4 in that spot.
Yeah.
Then
See,
I'm
I didn't write
adding
it out like that.
-4 plus 1. Well, your answer has to look like this, where they're all in those
See,
spots.
I didn't do that.
Let's take a look at number 9. What do I have to do first here? Distribute. So I need to multiply first. So I'm going to distribute that 3 to everything on the inside. So the first one stays the same. So 4, 0, 4, 0, minus, and now I'm going to distribute. So it's 3 times 2. 3 times. I'm going to keep the negative there and only distribute the positive 3. So it'll be 6. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times -6 is -18, and 3 times -1 is -3.
Do you have to do that?
If you distribute the -3, you can change it to a plus. You have to change it to a plus in the middle. So I would just keep the negative there and just distribute the 3.
Is that -19 or
18. All right, now we're going to subtract. So I have 4 minus 6. What's 4 minus 6? -2. Next, I have 0 minus 12, which is -12. Then I have 4 minus -18. What happens when you have minus a negative number? Turns into plus. So it's 4 plus 18. 22. And then I have 0 minus -3. What does the minus negative number turn into? Plus. So it's 0 plus 3. 3. That's my answer. Any questions here? All right, let's look at number 11. What do I have to do first in number 11? The parentheses. So I have to do whatever's on the inside of the parentheses. Here I'm just adding. So I have -3 plus 0, which is -3. Remember, when you're adding 0, your answer is not 0. A lot of people made that mistake on the quiz. They would put -3 plus 0 is 0. That's only when multiplying. If you multiply by 0, your answer is 0. So -3 plus 0 is -3. And then I have -5 plus 2. What's -5 plus 2? -3. And now I can subtract. So first I have -6 minus -3. So this turns into a plus. -6 plus 3 would be -3. Awesome. And then I have 5 minus -3. So 5 minus -3 is what? 8. This turns into a plus. 5 plus 3 is 8. All right, let's go to number 10.
Oh, can you explain this one, but can you put a plus on it? On one of them?
We'll do another one like that. So let's do this
I
one.
need you to, no, I'm sorry, that was
So first thing I want to do is subtract the first 2. So I'm just going to do the first 2 first, and then I'll subtract the third. So here,
Can I ask a question?
yes,
So you do, so for 10, you do -1 and you would minus -5.
right.
And then would you go to -4? You would go, so you would do 2 minus -1. Or
So
no?
it doesn't matter. Just make sure, like, if you move on to 2 minus -1, it stays in the upper right-hand corner. So 2 minus -1 would be up here. Then 4 minus -4 minus -4 would be down here. So they just have to stay in the same positions that they're in.
Okay.
Then the bottom right corner is -4 minus negative 4 minus 3. So let's subtract them. What happens when you have minus a negative number? Turns into a plus. So what's negative 1 plus 5? 4. Here I have minus negative 1, so this becomes plus. So what's 1 plus 2? 3. Again, this becomes plus here. So what's negative 4 plus 4? And then what's negative 4 minus 3? Negative 7. So now I'm going to subtract the third one to it. So minus 5, negative 1, 4, negative 2. So here I have 4 minus negative 5, which becomes plus 5.
Plus 5.
Angelina? Yes.
And then underneath, hold on. Why'd you make another box if you're not done with that box?
Because I just wrote 4 plus 5 down below.
Yeah, but then on the right side, isn't it 3 plus 1?
Yeah, so then let's do that. So 3 minus negative 1 would be 3 plus 1. What's 3 plus 1? 4. Then down below,
0 minus 4.
what's 0 minus 4?
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
And then negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5.
Awesome. So negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5. Victor? Yes. All right, let's look at number 12. 16. So what do I have to do first for this one? I have to multiply first because I don't have parentheses here. Remember, it's PEMDAS. PEMDAS.
Confusing me.
Do I have parentheses?
No.
Do I have exponents? Do I have multiplication?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
5 times the second matrix. So I'm going to multiply 5 times everything here
Why do you do that side first?
because it's multiplication. So you have to multiply before you subtract them. So this would be 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. 5 times negative 4. 5 times 3. 5 times 6. And 5 times negative 1. 5 times negative 1. Alright, and then I'm just going to rewrite the first one and subtract them. So negative 1, 0, 6, 5.
Negative 2, negative
Awesome. So let's subtract.
negative 1 minus 15.
So negative 1 minus negative 15. What happens when you have minus negative? Turns into a plus. So it's negative 1 plus 15.
Negative 16.
Negative 1 plus 15. 14. Next, I have 0 minus negative 20. So 0 minus negative 20. What happens when you have minus a negative? Turns into a plus. So positive 20. I have 6 minus 15. Thank you. 6 minus 15 is? Negative 9. Then I have 5 minus 30. Negative 25. Negative 2 minus negative 5. So this becomes a plus, so negative 2 plus 5 is 3. And then negative 2 minus negative 5 is also 3. So that's my answer. So looking at number 15, do I have anything that'll cancel out right away? No. How do I get something to cancel out? Multiply, but multiply what? Negative 3. Because remember, it has to be a negative 3 and a positive 3y for them to cancel. So I'm going to multiply the top equation by negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 3 is what? Negative 3 times negative 3.
9.
So 9x minus 3y is equal to, what's negative 7 times negative 3? 21. So my new first equation is down here. Can I add these together now? Yep. So what's negative 6x plus 9x? 3x. What happens to the y's? They cancel. And then what's negative 15 plus 21? 6. Awesome. What should I do next? Divide by 3. So x is equal to 2. And now how do I find y? Which one do you want to plug it into? Sure, we can plug it into the first. Just make sure you're plugging it into x. So I'm going to plug it into the original first equation into x. So I have negative 3 times 2 plus y is equal to negative 7. So this is negative 6 plus y is equal to negative 7. What do I have to do next? Plus 6 on both sides. So y is equal to negative 1. And how do I write my answer? 2 comma negative 1. Perfect. Go ahead. All right, let's take a look at 17. Does anything here cancel out right away? The 10 y's. So those cancel. So we can just add everything else together. What's negative 4x plus x? Negative 3x. And then what's 14 minus 11? 3. What do I have to do next? Divide by what? By negative 3. So x is equal to negative 1. How do I find y? Plug it into what? Plug it into x. I'm going to plug it into the second equation. So I have negative 1 plus 10y is equal to negative 11. What do I have to do next? Plus 1, plus 1. So 10y is equal to negative 10. And then what should I do? Divide by 10. So what does y equal? Negative 1. How do I write my answer? Negative 1 comma negative 1. So just a reminder, what happens if you get 0 is equal to 0? What would your answer be? Infinitely many solutions. What happens if you get 0 is equal to a number that's not 0? No solution. What happens if you get like 0 is equal to 4x? What should I do? Divide by 4. What's 0 divided by 4? 0. So x would be equal to 0. So don't be confused if you get 0 is equal to a variable, because 0 can be equal to x. That's an answer. But if you get 0 is equal to number, like 0 is equal to 6, 0 does not equal 6, so that would be no solution. Any questions on the two variables, two equations? All right, let's look at 19. So for 3 variables, 3 equations, you want to pick the one that has the same number in all 3 equations. So which variable do we want to pick here? Y. So I'm going to pick y. So here, which 2 equations should I pick first? 1, 2, or 3? Awesome, 1 and 3, because I see that I have a positive 2i and a negative 2i, so they're going to cancel. So if I have 4x minus 2i minus 3z is equal to negative 15, that's equation number 1. And equation number 3 is x plus 2i plus 5z is equal to negative 3. Remember, you have to do this twice, where you have to pick 2 of them twice and combine. Are my y's going to cancel out right away? Yep, that's why I picked them. What's 4x plus x? 5x. And what's negative 3z plus 5z? 2z. And then negative 15 minus 3? Negative 18. So that's one equation. Now I have to do the same thing again. So I'm going to pick two more. Which two equations should I pick now? 2 and 3. Perfect, because I see that the y's are going to cancel out again here because I have a positive and a negative. So I have negative x minus 2y plus 2z is equal to 10. And x plus 2y plus 5z is equal to negative 3. Will my y's cancel out?
Yes.
Yep. What's negative x plus x? They cancel out also. What's 2z plus 5z? 7z. And 10 minus 3? 7. Divide both sides by 7. So what does z equal? 1. So z is equal to 1. What do I have to do next? Plug it into what? Plug it into the other one that I found with 2 variables in it. So I'm going to plug it in here. So I have 5x plus 2 times 1 is equal to negative 18. So 5x plus 2 is equal to negative 18. What should I do next? Minus 2. What's negative 18 minus 2? Negative 20. Then what should I do? Divide by 5. So x is equal to? Negative 4. So I found x, and I have found z, so how do I find y? Plug both of them in where? To the first equation. I can plug it into any one of the original equations. Royce is the first one, so we'll plug it in there. So I have 4 times negative 4 minus 2y minus 3 times 1 is equal to negative 15. So first thing I want to do is multiply, just to simplify a little bit. So I have negative 16 minus 2y minus 3 is equal to negative 15. What should I do next? Combine like terms. So I have negative 2y minus 19 is equal to negative 15. Bradley, what should I do next? Awesome, add 19. So negative 2y is equal to, what's negative 15 plus 19? 4. And then what's the last thing I need to do? Divide by negative 2. So what does y equal? Negative 2. How do I write my answer? Negative 4, comma negative 2, comma 1. So remember, it's x, y, z. So you have to do this step twice. So where you combine 2 equations together and then combine 2 equations together. Have to do that twice. So pick a variable. Here we picked y. Cancel out y, and then cancel it out again. That step is necessary twice. I'm going to multiply the second equation by 2. So I have 20x minus 18y is equal to negative 30. So this is my new second equation. Now I'm combining it with the first one that I'm just going to write right below it.
Negative 20x plus 18y equals 24. 0 equals 0.
So what happens to the x's?
They
They cancel. What happens to the y's?
cancel.
What am I left with on the left side?
Solution.
0. And on the right side?
Negative 6.
No solution.
Wait, that's the answer?
Yeah.
I have to say something.
The x's. So I'm going to cancel them. So what is negative y plus 6y?
5y.
5y. And what's 16 minus 6? 10.
Negative 6.
What do I have to do next to solve for y? Divide by 5. So what does y equal?
2.
2. How do I find x? Plug it into which equation?
The first one.
Sure, let's plug it into the first one. Just make sure you plug it into y. So I have 6x minus 2 is equal to 16.
So you add the 2,
Add 2.
and then you divide by positive 6,
Divide by 6.
and then you get 2.
X is equal to
3.
3.
3.
How do I write my answer?
3, comma
3 comma 2.
Wait, are we canceling
Z.
anything?
Yeah, we're going to cancel them. So I have to pick a variable that all the numbers are the same. I have z, z, and negative z. So all of these have the number of 1 in front, so they're all the same. I can't pick y because I have 3, 2, and 2. So those are not the same.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
So, like, can you cancel, like, just the 4 and the negative 4? Like, would you just can you just cancel that? Or can you just cancel the 2 and negative 2?
Not yet, but it'll work out to canceling. So pick a variable where all the numbers are the same first. So I pick z's, and then I'm going to get those to cancel out. So my main priority is getting the z's to cancel. Then if something else cancels out, then that's lucky us.
Wait, how would you cancel them?
So pick 2 equations at a time. Which 2 do you want to work with
The
first?
last 2.
So 2 and 3. So 2 is 5x plus 2y plus z is equal to negative 9. And 3 is negative 4x minus 2y minus z is equal to 6.
Wait, then can you just cancel the 2 together?
Do the z's cancel? Because my goal is to cancel out the z's. Will they cancel? Yeah.
But can you also cancel out the 2?
The y's also cancel out. What's 5x minus 4x? X. And then what's negative 9 plus 6? Negative 3. So x is equal to negative 3. Now this step that I did here, where I combined 2 equations together, I have to do that twice. So I did it once, now I'm going to do it again. Which 2 equations do I want to pick this time? 1 and 3. So 1 and 3. 1 and 3 works perfect because I have a positive z, Ella, and I have a negative z. So they're going to cancel. So 4x plus 3y plus z is equal to negative 3. And then 3 is negative 4x minus 2y minus z is equal to 6. Yes, so that's my goal, is to get them to cancel.
And
What's
the 4, and the 4.
and the x's cancel. So 4x minus 4x cancels. What's 3y minus 2y? Y. And negative 3 plus 6? 3. So y is equal to 3. So I have x and I have y. How do I find z?
You plug them both into the equation.
Which equation?
First one, the first one.
The first one. It doesn't matter. You can plug it into any one of the original 3. So I have 4 times x. And what's x? Negative 3. Plus 3 times y. What's y? 3. Plus z is equal to negative 3. Milana, what's your question?
How did you get y?
Negative 12.
I multiply.
9 plus c equals negative 3. And then you add negative 12 and 9. So it would be 7. 8. 6.
I mean, mine are the same thing.
So negative 12 plus 9 is
7.
negative 3.
Dang it.
So negative 3 plus z is equal to negative 3. What do I have to do next?
So you add 3.
Add 3. So z is equal to
0.
0. How do I write my answer?
X plus z, negative 3, 3 is 0.
Negative 3, 3, 0. X, Y, z. So guys, this step here, where you combine 2 equations together, you have to do that twice. So I did it first here and then here. So you have to do that twice. Yes. All right, let's do 19. I did it with the other class, so I'll just do it again with you guys.
I know the answer now.
But you need to know how to do it. That's the important part. Okay, so 19. Which variable do you want to cancel out?
-2.
So the y's, because they all have
I
the
mean, that's
2
what I
in
meant.
front of it. I know, that's what you meant. All right, which two equations do you want to pick first?
The last one.
The last two, so 2 and 3. So 2 is negative x minus 2y plus 2z is equal to 10. And x plus 2y plus 5z is equal to negative 3. All right.
So then you cancel the x's and the c's.
The y's cancel, which was our goal. The x's also cancel. Negative x plus x is 0. Cancels.
So it would be 7z equals 7.
So 7z equals 7.
You divide by 7.
And then you have to divide by 7 to
So
solve for
it
x.
equals 1.
X equals 1.
And then you plug it in.
Do I have anything I could plug it into yet?
You can plug it into this last one.
But
You can plug it
I
in.
only have one variable. I only have x is equal to 1. So I can't plug it into one of the equations yet. I have to find another variable. Yes. My bad. This should be z is equal to 1.
Oh yeah, you did it wrong.
So which two do you want to pick now?
1 and 3.
Awesome. 1 and 3. Because 1 has a negative 2y and 3 has a positive 2y. So I know my y's will cancel. So 4x minus 2y minus 3z is equal to negative 15. So here, x plus 2y plus 5z is equal to negative 3. Will my y's cancel?
Yes.
Yes. So 5x minus, or what's 3z plus 5z?
2z.
2z. So plus 2z is equal to, what's negative 15 minus 3?
Negative 18.
Negative 18. What should I do next?
Plug z into the equation.
Awesome. I know what z is equal to, so I'm going to plug that in and solve for x. So 5x plus 2 times 1 is equal to negative 18. So 5x plus 2 is equal to negative 18. Subtract 2. 5x is equal to negative 20. Then what should I do? Divide by 5. So what does x equal? Negative 4. So I have x and I have z. How do I find y?
Plug x and z into the equation.
Which equation?
I did the second one.
Which one?
Oh no, the third.
All right, let's plug it into the third. It doesn't matter, just plug it into one of the original equations. So Julian says we need to plug it into the third. So I have negative 4 plus 2y plus 5 times z, which is 1, is equal to negative 3. What should I do first to solve? Multiply 5 times 1. So negative 4 plus 2y plus 5 is equal to negative 3. What should I do next? Combine like terms. So 2y plus 1 is equal to negative 3.
Then
Subtract 1. So 2y is equal to negative 4.
then divide by 2.
So what's y equal to?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So I found x, I found y, and I found z. How do I write my answer?
Negative 4, negative 2.
Negative 4, negative 2, 1. X, y, z. So remember, you have to do this step twice. So before you can plug in anything, you have to do that twice. So combine two equations, combine two equations. That is a must. Have to do it twice. So 21 is the same stuff. Which variable do I want to pick here? X. I see that all the numbers for my x are the same. So I have equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. Which two do I want to pick first? 2 and 3, that works. You don't have to pick 2 and 3 first. You could pick 1 and 3 if you want to. Just make sure that one of them is positive and one is negative, because you know that those will cancel. So here I have a negative 2 and a positive 2. So those are going to cancel. So 2 and 3 is a great choice. So negative 2x minus 2y minus 2z is equal to 12. 2x plus 2y minus 3z is equal to 3. Are my x's going to cancel here? Yep, perfect. That was my goal. So they cancel. What's negative 2y plus 2y? They cancel. What's negative 2z minus 3z? Negative 5z. And then 12 plus 3? 15. What should I do next? Divide. So divide both sides by negative 5. So what's z equal? Negative 3. Perfect. What should I do next? What should I do next? So you have to do this step twice. What's two equations that I can pick? 1 and 3. So 1 is negative 2x minus y plus 3z is equal to negative 6. And 2x plus 2y minus 3z is equal to 3. Will my x's cancel out here? Yep, that's my goal. What's negative y plus 2y? Y. What's 3z minus 3z? They cancel also. And then what's negative 6 plus 3? Negative 3. So y is equal to negative 3. So I have z and I have y. How do I find x? Plug it into what? Any of the three. Which one do you want to plug it into? Sure, let's plug it into 3. So we have 2x plus 2 times y, which is negative 3, minus 3 times z, which is negative 3, is equal to 3. So 2x, what's 2 times negative 3? Negative 6. What's negative 3 times negative 3? Plus 9 is equal to 3. What do I have to do first? What do I have to do next? Add. So it's negative 6 plus 9. 3. Subtract 3. What's 3 minus 3? 0. What do I do next? Divide by 2. What is 0 divided by 2? 0. So x is equal to 0. How do I write my answer? Awesome. 0, negative 3, negative 3. Any questions here? Super. All right, let's do 23. What should I do first for number 23? How? Plug in z to the second equation. So I have z is equal to 5. So I'm going to plug that into my equation with 2 variables. So I couldn't plug it into the third one yet because I only know what one of my variables are. So I plug it into the one with 2 variables. So I have 2x minus 2 times 5 is equal to negative 8. So 2x minus 10 is equal to negative 8. Eli, what should I do next? I'm solving for x, so how do I move everything else to the other side? Here. How? What's the opposite of negative 10? So plus 10. So I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So I have 2x is equal to 2. Eli, what do I do next? How? Divide by 2. So 2 is being multiplied to x, so the opposite of multiplication is division. Eli, what's 2 divided by 2? 1. So x is equal to 1. Good job. Yes. Plug them in. So I'm going to plug z into z and plug x into x. So I have 1 is equal to negative 5y plus 3 times 5 minus 9. So 1 is equal to negative 5y. What's 3 times 5? 15 minus 9. What should I do next? Combine like terms. So 1 is equal to negative 5y. What's 15 minus 9? 6. And then what? Subtract 6. So negative 5 is equal to negative 5y. Divide. So it's negative 5 divided by negative 5. So 1 is equal to y. Do I have all three answers? How do I write my answer? 1, 1, 5. Perfect. X, Y, Z. All right, let's take a look at 22. So here we're solving with substitution. I have y is equal to negative 5. What do I do with that?
Plug it into
To what?
the third equation.
I have to plug it into the third one because I can only plug it into one with 2 variables. So I can't jump to the 3 variable one yet. So you go 1, 2, 3. So I go with the one variable, plug it into the one with 2 variables. So I have negative 5 is equal to negative 4x minus 17. What do I have to do to solve for x? What do I do?
You have to add 17 to both sides, and then you divide by negative 4,
So 12 is equal to negative 4x.
and it would be 3.
Negative 3. So x is equal to negative 3. So now I have x and y. How do I find z?
So you plug
y
it.
and x into the second equation.
Plug it into the second equation. So once I have 2 variables, I can plug it into the one with 3. So negative 5 times negative 3.
15 plus 4 it would be negative 20.
15 minus 20 minus 3z is equal to negative 2.
So you add negative 2. So it would be negative 5
Negative 5
minus that, and then you add the 5 to the 2. So it would be 3. And then you divide by negative 3, and then you get negative 1.
Awesome. So how do I write my answer?
Negative 3, comma, negative 5, comma, negative 1.
Perfect. X, Y, Z.